Good morning, friends. Happy Monday for me. Wednesday for you, I think. Sorry, the lighting might be a little bit weird right now. It's like a weird time of day and I have two windows in here. But I'm gonna do a little day in my life, mostly because I was filming this weekend, or I was going to, and then I didn't. Just like a quick recap on the weekend because we did do a couple of things. Basically Friday I just had like a really hard morning, so I went and got some blood work done. I've been going to this same place to get blood work done because my doctor is in Chicago, so I have to get it done through like a LabCorp. I just have like the worst experience there every single time. They can never find like the thyroid panel I need. They never do the blood work correctly every single time. I've been overcharged there, but the main thing is honestly the front desk woman that works is like not nice. She just has like terrible energy and she's not happy to be there, if you know what I mean. So every time I have to go there, I get anxious because I know that it's gonna be like a whole process. So I went into the appointment hoping that, you know, everything would be fine, trying to like manifest a positive morning, and it wasn't great. First of all, the lady was like super rude. She was training somebody else. She made a comment about how big I looked. Some people do, and they don't mean any malice. I don't think that you should ever say anything about a woman's size, pregnant or not. But sometimes people will say things and you can tell that they don't mean it in a mean way, even if it does come off as rude. She meant it in a rude way. It was just like she did that, and then they made me stand up there for 15 minutes while they tried to find the codes, and then they couldn't. They're just thyroid panel codes, so I don't really know why they can't find them. Long story short, it was just this whole process. I was kind of already anxious about it because she hadn't been very nice. She's never been my phlebotomist. She's always just been the person in the front. And she came over and was like, okay, come back, I'm gonna take your blood. And it just threw me through a loop because she already makes me really anxious and I don't like her energy, and she's just not a nice person. And usually the phlebotomists there are like super nice, so at least I know like once I get past her, I'll have somebody better. So she took my blood and she pushed really hard on it. It hurt. I told her that it hurt. I get blood work so often, like I don't have any issues with it. So for it to hurt and for me to say something, it like really hurt. She sent me on my way, but just something about it made me feel very unsafe, especially being pregnant. I think you just already kind of feel vulnerable. Just didn't go well. I kind of had like, I didn't have a panic attack, but I definitely had like some emotion afterwards, and it was really exhausting. Then I went to the grocery store and had to get a couple things. And yeah, the rest of the day I did some work, but I was honestly super exhausted from the morning. So that's why I didn't film on Friday. Saturday, we went and toured the hospital that we'll be giving birth in, which I was a little nervous about, but it honestly made me feel so much better because it's a beautiful hospital. It's not chaotic. They showed us like the whole area and stuff that we would be in, and it was just like really beautiful and really chill. Unless something goes wrong and I become high risk in the next few weeks, or like for some reason the hospital is like full or something, I should be giving birth there, which would be great. And then Ben and I just kind of hung out the rest of the day, and then yesterday was honestly just like the most boring day ever. I used to love daylight savings time and I probably should have enjoyed my last time of having like extra hour where like the baby, I don't have a child, but it honestly was like the most boring day of my life. I was so bored. I didn't do really anything. That's a little recap of my weekend, but I'm gonna do a little day in the life today just so I can make sure that I get a video up because I just didn't have anything to film. I couldn't film at the hospital or getting my blood work or anything like that. As you can tell, hopefully, I've put on makeup. I've gotten a little bit ready because I think I'm gonna go to a coffee shop for a little while. I also need to run to Target and Lowe's, which Lowe's here is a grocery store, not the like hardware store. I mean, there is a Lowe's hardware store somewhere, but like, you know what I mean? So I need to get eggs, CC cream, deodorant, and makeup sponges. I might go work at a coffee shop, otherwise I'll just come home depending how I'm feeling, but I just felt like putting on some makeup and feeling a little bit more put together. But we got the doggos down here and Ben is training his mom he should be done in like 10 minutes, and then I think I'm gonna leave. We put in a couple of orders this weekend. I just feel like November is gonna be a high spend month in general, which makes sense. We have to get like the crib. There's just a couple other things that we were putting off to buy until like some of the sales started. So I bought some new non-toxic cookware because ours is like really beat up to shit. We had to get cockroach spray. We got like a non-toxic cockroach spray, so I don't know if it'll work or not, but yeah, it's just, our landlord isn't being very helpful about it, so we kind of have to figure it out ourselves. Ben bought like a teapot. I don't know. Like I just feel like we had like random things we needed to get that like just keep adding up, you know? Like this month's just gonna be kind of crazy. Ben and I also were just kind of feeling anxious about money in general this weekend, I think. There's some of you guys know, but like we make 6 figures and we still are like living paycheck to paycheck. And if you watch my budgeting videos, sure, are there areas that we could relax on, like eating out? Yes, but would that extra like $100 to $200 actually do anything? In the long run maybe, but not enough. So we just kind of were feeling a little bit down, especially with the option of having to possibly move at some point. We have a really good deal on this house, but we really don't want to stay here based on neighborhood. Our yard doesn't feel very safe for our dogs with like the neighbors. The cockroaches, quite honestly, are really gross. So I don't know, there's like a couple reasons that we don't really want to stay here past our lease. Depending on where we move, it's more expensive, and like the thought of paying more in rent, especially a lot more, depending on some of the places that we would want to move, rent is a lot more. So we're trying to like figure that out. But honestly, I feel like until the baby comes and we like get a groove on that, it's hard to understand because we have no idea how much a baby is going to be. And right now we're just like trying to buy all the things for the baby. But speaking of that, I was just thinking, I did make my little, what are they called? Like little postpartum kits. So I'll show you in case you're interested. But I basically just have like 2 of these Frida Moms, like instant cooling pads. I have some beautiful adult diapers. I have a Frida Mom, now I can't think of what it is, but like the little spray cup. And then I just have an extra pair of black underwear in here in case, like, you know, I need to change them. There's hemorrhoid cream down there, which is from earlier in my pregnancy. If you've watched my vlogs, you know why. So I already have all the hemorrhoid stuff, like soothing spray. And then these are basically Tux pads, but they're just like an off-brand. So put that together. And then I also have one, like a smaller one, in our downstairs bathroom, because the plan is that I'll be up here probably the first few days. Our doula really doesn't want me like doing anything because we have stairs, so I'll probably be up here the first few days. We have to stay in the hospital for 2 full days, I believe, without complications. That's just like what's required. So then when we come home, my doula had mentioned like staying upstairs mostly in bed the first couple of days, and then if I want to go downstairs and hang out down there, that's fine, but I should stay on one of the floors for most of the day, so none of the like going up and down stuff. But anyway, this has been like the longest intro clip of all time, but I wanted to give you guys some insight into my day and into my little kit. Well, friends, my morning has taken a turn, and not in a bad way. So I have the air on because it's like literally 80 degrees at 10:30 in the morning. I'm getting so many voting texts. Is anybody else getting those? Like, I know it's important to vote, but stop texting me. I already know who I'm voting for. I'm voting for nice people. I am in the Starbucks line actually, which I know I said I was gonna stop doing, but I'm actually gonna buy it with my business because I was supposed to go to a coffee shop. Fun fact, so on my way, I had to stop at Target, which I'll show you a little haul when I got home. I spent literally way more than I thought I was going to. This lady in front of me is literally watching me talk to my thing. I had to call my mom. So I talked to her for a while, and then I sat in the parking lot at Target. Went into Target, got a couple things. We needed eggs, and I was gonna get them at Lowe's, but I was like, oh, Target has them. And we get like very bougie eggs because we want to eat like higher quality eggs. There's only like some stores sell them. So I was like, oh, Target has them. I'm just going to buy them here. And then I get in the car and I realize A, it's 77 degrees, and B, the eggs can't sit out because they're in like a cold section. So I can't leave them in the car for 2 hours when it's 80 degrees. So I guess I'm going home, but I don't want to come back out. My way of thinking was I was going to go to a coffee shop anyway. So I'm going to buy myself a coffee that I can drink at home. I don't normally get cold drinks anymore. Also, I canceled my hair appointment this month, which I'm sad about, but I just couldn't, with the amount of money that we need to spend. And then, you know, I keep just getting things that I need, and it's over $100. Spending $400 on my hair right now just seems like a lot. And even though I think that it's worth it, I am just gonna try to let it go a little bit. But this is definitely like a very solid grow out line. My baby won't care, right? So that's where we're at right now. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I should probably figure that out. Daylight savings just like messes me up. Like my body thinks it's 11:30 right now. So I'm like just having one of those days. So anyway, I'm gonna figure out what I need to order here, and then we'll go home and start some work. I have basically 3 blogs I need to work on today. Okay friends, I'm back home. It is 11:41. I got a white chocolate mocha. I forgot to make a decaf though, so baby is bumping around and I am feeling very hyper. I've been drinking decaf for months now and I was not ready for not decaf. I've just been doing like a couple of like admin-y type things, like writing our grocery list. I needed to reach out to a baby thing. I just got my test results back from getting my blood work done on Friday, which is great. And my thyroid is finally within like a normal range. It's still low, but it's not like extremely low. I'm just feeling really good about that because it was making me very nervous at like how hyperthyroid I was pulling. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I'm probably gonna eat here soon, but I still haven't done any work. And then I was listening to my favorite little podcast, Crime Junkie. I've really been enjoying listening to these. This vlog's just gonna be me talking to you in like multiple places of my home because I'm like, I'm not gonna do anything right now, so I'm gonna go eat, try to like get my brain wrapped around something, and then I need to at least start 1 or 2 of these blogs today. I don't need to finish them. It would be better if I finished them. Between pregnancy brain and just being like tired, it's really hard for me to get anything done right now. I'm glad that I don't have like a full-time job. I don't know how people do it. Honestly, my brain is just broken. I'll do a little Target haul. I actually did one in the car. I'll cut one of them, but I got this like really soft cardigan from this Stars and Above. I've been like loving their stuff, but it's a cardigan because there's no buttons or anything. It was in like the sleep section. It's so soft. It feels like that blanket that I'm obsessed with. But I've been told that like just wearing like a nursing bra and like a zip up hoodie or something like that is going to be your best bet, because like once you're home, because if you're breastfeeding, which I hope to do, you're just gonna be like taking off your shirt all the time anyway. You get like postpartum sweats and stuff. So this is just really soft. As you guys know, I'm like obsessed with texture. I mean, if it gets dirty or gets gross, it is what it is, but it'll be good to use. So I'm gonna use that. Then I got this Native deodorant. These are like pretty non-toxic, but they're not like perfectly non-toxic, but they've been working well and I just like don't feel like changing anything right now. So I just got this one in a different smell because mine's almost gone. I got some of these Real Techniques sponges. I really like these. It's like $8.99 for 2 of them. I suck at like getting the makeup out of these, so I end up having to throw them away. I don't wear makeup a ton, but when I do. And then I got this CC cream. I bought this in like a travel size a couple weeks ago and I have been loving it, so I bought the full size, which I forgot how much full size like good makeup is. It was only, I mean, it's $44, which isn't terrible, but you know, I wasn't thinking about that when I went to Target. And then I bought this, and then I bought a $35 sweatshirt. And then I bought eggs, which you guys know what eggs look like, most likely. And then I bought some sour strips. Big spend month. It's gonna be a higher spend month than normal, but yeah, it is what it is. Here's the dogos. It's 4 o'clock. I finished one blog, and then I finished the draft of the gift guide blog for my other client, and then I finished researching for a third blog. But I think I'm gonna watch my girl right there, Bailey Sarian. She does these murder mystery and makeup videos a couple times a month. She's not super consistent, but I love her. She's just like really interesting to listen to. I'll be honest, my stomach and my back are not doing too hot right now. I need to get my heating pad and see if that helps my back. But like my stomach just hurts today, and I don't know if it's like pregnancy stomach hurt or if it's something else. I don't think it's Braxton Hicks, because I think I've gotten Braxton Hicks before, and this feels like a little bit more consistent versus like not consistent like a contraction but like consistent in the fact that like it doesn't go away, like the pain doesn't stop. So at any time you get like a pain in your stomach at this time, I feel like it's like, what's going on? It is the next day now. It's 11:15. I do have the air on. Hopefully that's not super annoying. I'm at Wegmans. I'm having a day. Like I'm very annoyed today. Tell me if this is true where you live, because I don't want to blame it on Raleigh. Because I know, like, so, okay, I'll tell you about it first and then I'll give you my example. So I just feel like people are more rude here, and I don't know if it is the pandemic or if it's just like the people that live here, particularly in like the busier parts. Like I'm kind of in like the North Hills area right now. People were rude in the city of Chicago, and that was just kind of what it was, because it was busy. It was a tourist town. People did not give a fuck about you. But once you got in the suburbs, it was okay. Like people were nice. I'm from northern Wisconsin, so like people are nice all the time there. And yeah, and I noticed when I went home too, I just felt like the people in Wisconsin were less rude than here. Like first of all, I feel like people, and if you're from here, please do not take this the wrong way. I'm not saying it's you. I'm wondering if it's the pandemic or just the fact that like millions of people are moving here right now. I don't know. But people like will not look at you ever in the face. Like workers here, I'm at Wegmans, and Trader Joe's is like this too. The Trader Joe's like checkout people are nice, but I don't love their like stocking people. This lady literally like walked up next to me and was like like a worker while I was looking at something because she needed to stock something. And then like a guy literally almost hit me with his car when I was in the crosswalk. And I'm very visibly pregnant too. Not that that means anything, but I feel like people are usually a little bit nicer or more patient, and I wasn't like walking slowly. I could walk way slower. Oh, when I was like walking out, this guy like literally pushed in my cart to get around me and somebody else. Then when I was at Trader Joe's, it was kind of similar. It's a smaller store though, so I tend to be a little bit more like less cranky about it. I was like in my car putting in an order, and this lady next to me literally was just sitting with her like leg out her car with her door wide open, and I was like trying to pull out. It's just been a day of like kind of rude people. I feel that a lot here. I feel that more here than I did in Wisconsin or in the suburbs of Chicago. Chicago is way worse, but I'm just wondering if like, I don't know, because Raleigh is growing. But it's not even like just young people. A lot of these people that did this were older than me. And a lot of times it's men, but it's not always men. So I don't know. Let me know if you're from here. Let me know if you've noticed an uptick. I try to be really polite to people, unless they're impolite to me, then I'm not very nice. And I also try to be, I'm trying to be patient because I know that I'm like ultra sensitive as well. That was kind of annoying, and I'm just trying to like chill a little bit because I'm just in a bad mood, and I wasn't until I left the house. But I did get some stuff from Trader Joe's and from Wegmans. I have a chiropractor appointment in 40 minutes. So I'm trying to figure out what to do because it's only 5 minutes from here. So I'm like way ahead on time. Okay, now I'm in the parking lot of the chiropractor, which, fun fact, she moved offices. I thought she was moving closer to me. Not really. But she's now in the same building that I used to go to acupuncture in. I think I'm gonna start some acupuncture proactively around like 37 or 38 weeks. It's like a natural way to induce labor, but it's also like a stress relief thing. I was gonna see somebody in Wake Forest so I didn't have to drive all the way over here. But if I'm coming over here, if I can like sync it up where like my appointments are at the same time, that would be great because I prefer, like I like this acupuncturist. So my appointment still isn't for 15 more minutes, so I'm just kind of hanging out. Okay guys, it is almost 5. I just want to say I have 2 of these sweatshirts now, these mama sweatshirts by Shop Brooklyn Grace. I'll put a link in the description if I remember. She doesn't always have them in stock in like every color because it's just like a one-woman show. They are the nicest quality, softest sweatshirts. They're pricey for a sweatshirt, but like 100% worth it. I have like the taupe color and then I have this like pink color. I love it. It's so soft. Like, and y'all know my texture thing right now. Yeah, I think this is just gonna be a chatty vlog. I haven't really been able to show you much because of just like where my head's been at. I do have 2 Amazon packages that should be here any minute, so maybe I'll show you like a quick little sneak peek of that. Okay, first thing I got Quinn. Cora takes this supplement, not you. And then I got a package. I think this is from my friend Gina. Yeah, it's from my friend Gina. That's really nice of her. So she got me some more Diaper Genie things, which is great. She got me some sensitive wipes. Perfect. She got me sterile saltine mist. Cool, or saltine, saline. And then she got me this little avocado stroller toy. Oh my gosh, so cute. Sounds like my Amazon package just got here too. Okay, this is actually what I was expecting. So it's basically the stroller part, and you can put the newborn car seat in it. We would have bought a full stroller, but we were getting a stroller for free from someone. Then we got it, and it just like wouldn't work for a newborn. It'll be great once we have the baby's bigger, like a toddler or so. For an infant, it just like wouldn't work. We had already been gifted the car seat, so I didn't want to send that back. So this is just basically, apparently you can like manually add in the car seat into that. So we'll just have to figure that out. Ben can figure that out. This is the thing I told you. Somebody actually bought us from Bye Bye Baby, but it's been back ordered for 2 months now. I got it in 3 days from Amazon. We'll just see. What are you doing? We'll just see like if I ever get the one that they ordered us, then we'll send this one back. This other thing is just a teapot for Ben that he wanted. So lots of random stuff I was not expecting. Some of it I was expecting, some of it I was not. Ben and I are gonna film like a husband reacts to how much we spent video this weekend, I think, because he does not pay attention to the budget. So every month he's like, where's what? So like I thought that would be a fun thing to do. But yeah, and then tonight is date night, which lately date night has kind of just looked like us spending time alone. Well, we're always alone. We have no friends. Really focused on just hanging out, talking through things, not being on our phones or doing other work things or football things. We've used it to do some baby stuff. I think tonight we're gonna watch a breastfeeding video. Ben is actually like very interested. He really is a big proponent of breastfeeding, so he wants to learn more about it too. Sometimes we'll like read a baby book, like a baby help book, I guess, together. Sometimes we'll watch a show or a movie. That's it. Thank you for listening to this super chatty vlog. I hope that you enjoyed it. I'll start a new vlog in a couple days and show you guys what we get up to. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video if you haven't already, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.